Coming up in this Fincast, we'll take a look at another plant for your aquarium. This one's called the Mermaid Weed.
Oh, we use the extreme fish food quite a bit in our shop. We like it very much. It's very palatable for the fish. A lot of times fish that don't eat other things will eat the pellets, which is a great thing.
Hi everybody, John here with another Fincast. Today I want to go back to the planted aquariums, and that has turned out to be one of the most popular playlists for Fincasters. If you check out the YouTube channel where you're probably watching it now, or if you go to Fincasters.com, what I'm seeing is there are a lot of people out there interested in planted tanks. And today I want to talk about a plant called the Mermaid Weed, which is native to North America. One of the things I've noticed when you come to Fincasters, of course, Fincasters is like a magazine. You come to the channel and we're talking about planted aquariums, we're talking about cichlids, we're talking about marine aquariums, really across the gamut, hobby leaders, the environment. Talk about anything you might have seen in magazines back in the day, but now we're doing it on video. And I can track what viewers are interested in, and I can tell you that the playlist that has to deal with planted tanks has been extremely popular. So today I want to show you another plant called the Mermaid Weed, and we'll be talking to an expert who actually grows these plants for the entire hobby all across the United States. First, I've got to get a shout out to Scott Wells, who's got a great blog called thecichlidstage.com, and he was nice enough to interview me and allow me to talk about Fincasters. He thought it was interesting, my background as a television broadcaster and also as a fish geek, and so he did an interview with me, and that was just posted at thecichlidstage.com. So Scott, thank you very much, everybody. Please check out his blog. It's a great blog. He's got some great cichlid tanks going, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. There were interviews with lots of other people as well, and his own thoughts. So I do appreciate that. I had the chance to talk to Brandon McClane with Florida Aquatic Nurseries. They're down in Florida, and they grow all the plants that are then sold to the wholesalers, which are sold to the stores, and then that's when you buy them. Of course, if you buy them online, I would suspect that a good number of those also come from Brandon's facility. But he understands these plants really from the bottom up. This is his full-time job. This is big boy plant growing, if you will. And I talked to him at Global Pet Expo. There are several other Fincasts that feature Brandon, and here are some of his thoughts on how to grow the mermaid weed.
Yeah, so those of you looking for native plants to put in your aquarium or create a biotope on the North American setup, mermaid weed, PROSERPINACA, would be a good choice to put in there. You know, it's not just a regular plain Jane green plant that grows in the water, but you also get some nice color on it. The stem plants you typically put in the background settings of your aquarium. Normally when you buy them in the store, they're going to come in a bunch or bundle of stems with a lead weight or rubber band attached. When you take them home, you'll want to separate them from the bunch and plant each stem individually. So you'll typically get around 6 to 7 stems, and you can plant kind of a little forest in the background of the tank. Well, if you place the whole bunch directly into the gravel, it'll still grow, but you're only going to get maybe 2 or 3 of the stems to actually grow because it'll crowd the other ones out. As the plants grow and get to the surface, trim them, cut them down maybe an inch above the substrate, and they will regrow from there. And you can also use that cutting to plant back in and grow new plants. Yeah, the real serrated edge kind of reminds me of water wisteria, which is Hygrophila deformis, but it's a much smaller leaf and it's a much finer serration.
So the water and lighting parameters, this is going to be a moderate hardness plant, so you're going to look, if you're going to measure your GH if you can, and that's going to be in the the 4 to 5 to 6 range, but moderate, not super hard and not super soft. We're looking at a medium light plant here, so this is going to be a plant that's described as being medium difficulty. The sawtooth, as I said, will eventually become long needles, and the stronger the light and the more CO2 you put with this plant, well, from what I understand, the higher the copper color you'll get. Of course, when you get those needles and the copper, that gives you a beautiful contrast in your aquarium. And when you're looking at your aquascape, that's something that you're really looking for. So this is a nice plant. It's a North American biotope plant, also from Cuba. So when you do your aquascape, you're going to find that what you really like is being able to put a smooth leaf next to a jagged leaf, or a green leaf next to a copper colored leaf. It gives you that nice contrast, and it doesn't make your whole tank look like all these plants are just bunched together, and then of course the fish swimming in and around and among these plants really just caps it all off. So that's a look at the mermaid plant. So thanks to Brandon for the interview. We'll see him in some more upcoming videos soon, and we do appreciate him taking the time to talk with us. Be sure to check out the playlist on other planted aquarium options, and of course, if you're interested in cichlids or perhaps marine aquariums, there's lots there at Fincasters as well. Make sure you check out the website at fincasters.com, and if you really like planted aquariums, shrimp, freshwater shrimp are coming on strong in the hobby, and I've got a nice series of videos on my new planted shrimp aquarium. And it's a low-tech tank that's very easy to do with a new substrate from Seachem called Aquasolum. I think you might really enjoy that as well. I'm finding that shrimp are way more engaging than I ever thought they were. That's all for this time, and I'll see you in the next Fincast.